Here we are. We're live and we're watching it back and we're putting the green screen on and we're sorting it out. But welcome to LC UK live in the house with me, Shiva Wilson from LC UK. Yeah, I just felt like I should go live, and I kind of wanted to go live just to see what would happen. I haven't done it for a while, And I will say, I don't exactly have like loads of content or news for you. I just thought I'd go by the chat today and see what happens. So, it might take a few minutes for people to come in. But yes, we are live. We've got possibly some news that you may not be aware of yourself. But otherwise, it's just time to have a chat. Come on the live, see what everyone's chatting about. Because I've noticed that people are still doing their lives on their shows, and I haven't been doing my lives for some reason. How are you doing, Deadpool? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, welcome in. So, like I say, what is the news? Well, we've got Thailand doing its thing, reversing the liberalisation that they had been going on with, which if you want to talk about that, we can talk about that. We've got Switzerland are going legal, possibly in the future, where they've got a draft law that they've drafted out, which will set up a possible regulated market in the future. So that's Switzerland. Then you've got Czech Republic, who are going live on the 1st of January 2026 with their legalization, which is like 100 grams at home, 25 grams in public, 3 plants at home, but no sales. So yeah, we hope you're well and in good health. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm actually having a beer, and it's giving me some Dutch courage. I'm not quitting weed, but there is news on the community circuit that Jimmy Nevstract, the Nevsky himself, has decided to quit weed as a form of protest. I'm not exactly sure why he's quitting weed. He says he's doing it for the community, but until it's legal, he says, until it's legal. So I support him. Go for it. If you want to quit weed as a form of protest, maybe it will mean that you can then, go and do more activism type stuff without having to be afraid of being caught in possession, for example. So yeah, anyway, that's Lord Shiva in the back there. Kind of looking at the weed thing, I guess. So like literally, so you're going to do the same thing. So if he starts again, I will start again. Wow. So you're quitting as well. So we're going to get a bunch of quitters, positive quitters. It's a positive quit. It's a positive step to help legalize somehow. But like I said, like if you wanted to go on the news or the radio, you don't have any problem. You're not going to have any weed in your pocket if you've quit. So, go for it. Quit weed, do some activism. Take those plants out. Those fake plastic plants around, maybe, I don't know. Take a giant zoot around on your back in a backpack or something, like a fake zoot, and take that around everywhere and see if you can get some publicity. I don't know, man. Like, being without weed frees you up a bit, you can go and talk to police officers completely comfortably and interview them even on the camera. I don't know what you can do without weed. But yeah. This behind me is a Hinduism thing, but we don't have to have Hinduism on there. It's just I do support Lord Shiva and his endeavors. So we had a good article come out recently called Funded Fear, the system that keeps cannabis scary, which is quite an interesting article actually, because it makes the point really clearly that they are literally the media and the scientific studies combining together with pharmaceutical companies to fuck over weed legalization basically, and to keep it criminalized and to keep it prohibited and all that. Hello, the games guy, welcome in. So it's a good article. Science for sale, reefer real talk. Yeah, cannabis dangers, cannabis risks. So in this article, they're arguing that like not every study, but loads of different studies are funded by pharmaceutical companies in order to ascertain the harms and risks of cannabis use, rather than looking at, for example, a balance of benefits and harms or benefits and risks. And they keep coming out with these like headline studies saying things like cardiovascular health and mental health is going to get fucked if you use weed. And so, those are the kinds of influences that keep the narrative skewed and misinformed to the general public. So misinforming the general public about cannabis. And if it's always focused on, these studies are always focused on risks and dangers and harms, then what are you going to get? But you're going to get like a load of people who are scared of weed. And that's what this article says. And I thought it was quite good. So you might want to check that out. It's called Funded Fear. It's on popculturemagazine.com. popculturemagazine.com if you want to find that. How are you people doing anyway? Obviously, I've got 13 people here. Welcome in, everybody. I'm not smoking any weed on stream. I don't do that sort of thing. I try and keep it all legal and above board on the streams. Yeah, so that won't be happening. What else have we got? AI loves a bit of weed. AI loves a bit of weed. Hello, who's popping? Welcome in, my person, my bro. Yeah, AI loves a bit of weed. Anyone use AI? And what do you use it for? Just, doesn't have to always be talking about weed, for goodness sakes. Who uses AI and what do you use it for? I use AI to argue with it and get it to give me arguments about legalization. And the problem with it is like, it always comes out with the same arguments, like social justice and tax and saving police time, and all of that is kind of like, I don't know. It's true, these things do happen when you legalize. AI will be everywhere soon. AI music, films, games. Yeah, it's an interesting place to be, isn't it? This state of the future that we're living in. We're living in the future, man. We're living in the future, man. AI is everywhere. Automatic intelligence. Welcome to you, Marcella. Uji kokum to you. Uji Anyway, Weed AI. Yeah, so I use the Weed AI and try and get it to give me decent arguments about why we should legalize. And it does come up with some interesting stuff. Like it was saying that the UK is trapped in contradiction because we have the medical scene, obviously legal, and we have recreational banned, and they keep not listening to like the London Drugs Commission that came out recently. Politicians just went, nah, fuck that. We're not going to decriminalize small amounts of personal possession of natural cannabis. No way. I watched a video of an interview. The guy was in his 80s and he was known as the grandfather of AI. Yes, I've seen this video floating around called the grandfather of AI. I haven't watched it though. But yeah, so AI, weed, we can use AI. Oh yeah, I use it to generate images as well. So it can be helpful. What he said was worrying, but it's either going to be okay or very bad. Oh dear. Yeah, well, they were thinking about AGI now, isn't it? Artificial general intelligence, meaning that it's got like it's not quite conscious, but it's able to do lots of different tasks, not just language and code and stuff. They could make AI exterminate us. Yeah, imagine if the AI got its finger on the nuclear button. Nuclear AI. Damn. Yeah, that would be sucky. However, other more moral AI tech pros are looking at making AI think of us as a puppy. Oh, we are like puppies. Cute little puppies. To be taken care of by the AIs, yeah. Let's see what else we've got for backgrounds today. Remember, hosepipe bans are going on, and we know that if you ban a drug like a hosepipe, you're just going to find people late at night watering their gardens in the middle of the night to avoid the police, and it pushes it underground, so you're going to find discarded hose pipes down dodgy alleyways. These drugs, they get banned, they get pushed underground, and yeah, so that's another Hinduism thing. Lady Lakshmi. Can animals detect bad weed, anyone? Can animals detect bad weed? So I found this thing that said, can animals detect bad people? Can animals detect bad people? I reckon they can, yeah. Dogs always go after bad people, but can they detect bad weed? The sniffing smells. Recently, of course, the man himself, the Rickster, Trickster, Gervais, went to Amsterdam and was just on about promoting his Dutch Barn vodka. Fuck's sake. Went to Amsterdam, didn't do no coffee shop reviews. No coffee shop reviews from Ricky Gervais. Couldn't believe it. What is he up to? You go to Amsterdam, you do coffee shop reviews on YouTube, surely. Oh dear. And does this, or does this not, look like some form of weird bong? I think it looks like a bong of some kind, but it's not. It looks like a piss bladder, some kind of bladder related thing. And of course, we found the real life Popeye there. He's going about real life Popeye, yeah. Okay, what else have I got for backgrounds we can show you? La la la. I make these things. So you may want to check out my video, Has Cannabis Been Decriminalized? Where I argue using statistics from the internet that it may well have been not completely decriminalized, but somewhat decriminalized around the country. But I was proved wrong on that because someone got arrested on my channel. Not literally on my channel, but someone from my channel, a subscriber, got arrested for possession shortly after I made that video. So it's not completely decriminalized. However, that person didn't get to jail, which is the hardest core of criminalization, going to jail. And I found out that there are only 1,073 people currently in jail for weed as their main offense at the moment. So with 2.3 million, that's at a minimum. 2.3 million tokers, like, that's a conservative estimate. 2.3 million tokers in the world, not in the world, in the UK. That's a very small percentage, basically, of the amount of people who actually smoke weed to how many people are in jail. So I made this point that is 99.98% decriminalized, but that might be a bit much. So there we go. And since there's only 3 people here, I'm going to catch you on the next one, guys. Thanks for showing up. It's just a brief live. Good night.